Viewers, a very special guest is joining me live from Kyiv. He is a member of parliament from President Zelensky's party. So thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18.
Thank you for having me.
Sir, what led President Zelensky to walk out of the agreement on the last moment? And perhaps the whole world watched what happened at the Oval Office in front of media cameras when President Zelensky and President Trump got into heated arguments. And perhaps there were war of words between the two leaders at the Oval Office. How do you look at the developments unfolded today, and also what really led President Zelensky to walk out of the deal on the last moment?
Well, United States of America are strategic partners. We have enjoyed bipartisan support for all these years, and these years, I mean, ever since Ukraine has become an independent state, and over the last 11 years of war of Russia against Ukraine, U.S. has been the most important partner. Therefore, we pay a lot of attention to all the agreements that we have with the United States. And the most important agreement, of course, for us is how we see the security structure, how we see security guarantees so that we don't just do the ceasefire, but achieve a stable peace and long-time peace. Therefore, when the first draft of the agreement was presented to us, we unfortunately didn't see the answers to these very important questions. What are the guarantees? What is the security structure? How we are going to ensure that when we do agree on the ceasefire, we will build a security structure which will prevent Russia from even thinking of attacking again. And unfortunately, we didn't see the answers. We understand it's a very complex matter. We understand that Russians are not that eager to cooperate, to put it mildly, and we understand the challenges that U.S. President Trump's administration has with it. However, simply diving into any sort of obligations without seeing a clear path is not something that we can afford to do. We have this very unfortunate experience of the so-called Budapest memorandum, where 30 years ago, Ukraine gave up a nuclear arsenal, which was back then third largest in the world, for a piece of paper that was, as it proved 30 years later, worth nothing. Therefore, President Zelensky had no choice but to make it very clear that it's his responsibility to ensure that any sort of agreement that we would enter has very clear provisions on guaranteeing Ukraine's security. So we will continue working on getting that.
But what unfolded at White House yesterday, heated arguments, war of words, perhaps was something that world has witnessed for the first time happening at the Oval Office. It is a new law that which we all are witnessing in diplomatic relations.
Well, President Zelensky broke many traditions and habits in terms of how international relations, how diplomatic protocol, if you wish, is observed when you are in a situation where we are in this war and fighting literally for our survival. You just don't have the time and you don't have the luxury to follow your regular procedures. Let's put it that way. So we were very vocal from the very first day of full-scale invasion that international community, that our partners have to be a lot more robust in terms of their support. We simply don't have the luxury of waiting the way your regular process is developing. Therefore, it's good in a way that we had very frank, very direct talk, that we have laid out the position that we are holding, that we have gotten the feedback that we did, and especially that from our European partners, where President Zelensky was supported by all
Yeah.
major leaders of all the major European countries, because this is the situation that requires
But
this approach.
yeah. So sorry to cut you short, sir. But last 3 years we have seen that Ukraine could sustain this fight. Definitely, it was a very brave fight which Ukraine had given in last 3 years. But it was all because of the support from United States and Europe. Now, United States has announced that they are going to cut down the aid to Ukraine. It's only Europe which is left to help Ukraine. So, do you think that Ukraine would be able to give the same kind of a fight with the help of Europe, not United States, not helping Ukraine anymore? Do you think that Ukraine can survive?
Of course, U.S. is the major partner and number one ally in terms of military assistance, because U.S. has the capabilities that no other country in the world has, and therefore it has been instrumental to Ukraine's survival and our ability to withhold Russians for 3 years now.
Yeah.